I'm going to ask you one more thing. Please, as we always do, turn your phones off or put in vibrations. Okay? Jazakumullah khairan. Sheikh Mustafa, he's not in town, so I have to cover up for him today. There's a few things I just want to mention that we all need to remember. So please, again, one more time, keep it down. If you cannot continue yourself, you can go in the back. Okay? As a Muslims, we're supposed to give adab and respect to our elders and to the people who are helping us, and the leaders, the youth leaders, and so on and so forth. So we always have to respect one another. And the talk today, I talked to one of the high school freshmen yesterday, and I asked him how's school. He says really good. Say what's the problems? Any problems? Say no. I'm a freshman and I get bullied. Okay, which is most of us went through this. Okay, so we need to know how Islam view bullying. What Islam say about people are being bullied or the one who is doing it, bullying. And we need to know the definition for that as well. There's many kinds of bullying. There is some, it's considered Islamically as an oppression, that you oppressing somebody. That could be insulting the person, degrading them, abusing them, calling them names, physically hurting them, making fun of them, making fun of their appearance, their accent, the way they look, the way they behave. This is all kind of bullying, and we need to be aware of it because we are Muslims, and especially you, the youth, you are the one dealing with a lot of youth. They need to see Islam through you, and they need to know how Islam, in this regard, deal with bullying in schools. And it's people everywhere, they struggle with this. And we just went to Chicago for 3 days or so, and then I was one of the lectures. One of the young sisters, her mom, she was have a video, and we have a gathering of a bunch of doctors that they talk about psychology, psychiatrists, and abuses, and depression, anxiety, and all of that stuff. It's a real thing, right? And then we know that there is sometimes disconnect between the parents and the kids, and sometimes the parents don't know how to deal with those things, but they are real. So it was very sad that a 14 years old Muslim girl committed suicide because all the stress she went through and depression, and she doesn't know how to deal with it. Her parents didn't know how to deal with it. She asked for help and she did not get the help that she needed. And the show the girl, and wallahi, she's a beautiful young girl. I'm a father. I have two daughters and I have 4 sisters. She was wearing her hijab. She's nice, looks like may Allah have mercy on her. And her mom was crying. She said, I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to deal with this. And part of it was in the school, because she was bullied in school. She came back home, and because COVID, she stayed home. She did not go to school. Stayed doing all the school online. So she developed some kind of anxiety, stressed out, and then that developed to a depression, and she was not treated. So I'm just gonna let you know that we are here for you. So if you go through any tough time, difficulties, anxieties, we could help, we could guide you through, we could listen to you, and many times, that's all it takes, is somebody to listen to, somebody give some guidance and help. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you all. Okay. Everybody, in a way, in a form or another, went through some kind of bullying. Somebody bullied you, or you're seeing somebody bullying somebody, and maybe you didn't do anything about it. Maybe you were not affected personally, but you seen it, you heard about it. There is nobody could say, I never heard anything about being bullied or somebody bullying somebody in front of me, right? It is very important, this kind of behavior, to be discussed in Islam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sent a surah, of verses in surahs talking about this specific issues. And many Muslims, including myself, I didn't know. I read the surah, I memorized it, and most of us memorize the surah. I didn't know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking about this issue in that sense. But some very good ulama, scholars, when the issue of bullying in school is being brought to them, they say, yeah, Allah talk about it. Allah says this and about this. This is one form of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned. And this in Surah Al-Hamazah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Okay? And I know, it's in Arabic. I know I speak Arabic, I understand it. But I didn't know you could apply this to bullying. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say wail, which is mean, وَالْعِيَذُ بِاللَّهِ, a valley of fire in Jahannam. So just imagine it's the valley, it's all fire, burning fire in the middle of the hellfire. For what? Allah says it like this. He says wailun. He started the surah with this. Say wail, a valley of fire in the middle of Jahannam for those humazatin lumaza, for those who bully you behind your back without your knowing. This is what humaza means. Backbiting or talking behind your back, say, okay, go bully this person or do this one. Lumaza is the one who actually carry out the act, physical act. Okay. It is the one who talking behind your back, it's more dangerous than the one who confront you. The one who come and give you a bump or push you or do something like this, you've seen him, you know how to deal with him, most likely. Or at least you could say, hey, why you pushed me? Why rubbed me the wrong way? You could go to the principals or assistants or teachers or whatever, right? So it's physical in front of you, you can deal with it. But how about the one behind you? And I'm talking about scientifics and numbers. Okay, we found out after all those studies, found out that more females suffer from the humaza, the backbiting, the talking. The girls are talking behind your back and then they gang against you, or they do. This is another form of bullying, right? And this is hurt more than the one in front. So somebody come talk to you and say, I don't like the way you dress or the way you look or whatever. At least this one up front talk about something hidden behind you. As a Muslim, we should not be engaged to talk bad about people behind their back. It's haram, it's haram, it's haram. Whether you done it to Muslim or non-Muslims. Okay, let's pay attention. Whether you engage in that behavior, whether you do it to a Muslim or non-Muslims. So even non-Muslim, when they find out that you behave like them, there is nothing attracting to Islam. Why they want to become a Muslims? If we behave in the same way they do behave, right? They should see something different, something much better than what they're doing. So this is kind of bullying behind your back. Do not engage on it, don't support it, don't condone it, don't stand for it. And by all means, if you know somebody is doing it, you need to stand up and say no. Don't just, let it go by. Okay. Lumaza is the ones who does the physical thing, the one who actually speak, telling you all those ugly things, or physically push people around, hit people around, or gang them, or do anything physical. Those things, those wrongdoers, Allah has promised them wail. Wail is its place in hellfire. Okay, so this is how Islam deals with bullying. From Quran. For Sunnah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Man ra'a minkum munkaran falyughayyirhu." He said, any one of you who sees something wrong, he must change it. Biyadi, with your hand, move it. You walk in the street, you see a broken glass, physically you have to remove the harm away, so nobody. You seen somebody bullying somebody, you need to get in the middle, say no, stop, don't do this, this is wrong, right? There is some kids with disabilities, different kind of disabilities, all kind, right? Or they're new, or new to the country, or their English is not their first language, or whatever the reason is, or somebody picking on them, they're little, they cannot defend, they cannot stand themselves. You are a Muslim, you know now that you have to get involved. If you feel comfortable, you say no, stop, don't do this. Because the Prophet ﷺ says this, "Man istata'a minkum an yughayyiruhu fabiyadi," with your hands. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَبِلِسَانِهِ. If you cannot do it with your hand, you cannot stop the harm, and then you have to speak against it. So hands and then tongue. وبلساني. You have to go, talk to somebody in charge. Say, hey, I saw this. This is not a bad thing. Don't worry about what people are going to say about you. You're doing it for Allah. You're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. You have to stand up. You got to say, yeah, I saw so-and-so abusing this person, talking bad about this person, bullying this person. It's all our jobs. In your school, in your workplace, right, in the street, whatever you see something wrong, you have to do something about it. Because Muslim, we are active people. We don't just silent. We are not negative people that we don't do anything. We have to do something. When we see something wrong, we have to do something. I work, right, and sometimes they bring a new employee